Hi guys, I hope that everybody's doing well. My name is Gabriella, for anybody new tuning in. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Looks like you're working with some heavy emotions. Even wanting to clear something out or cleanse. Yeah. So we're starting off with the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. Interesting match. Working on a dynamic between the two. If this is all you, this is about you being in a space where you feel confident about the way that you're managing your emotions. You feel good about the energy that you're giving off. This is like a balancing of your yin and your yang energy, where you feel like you're still being true to yourself and also like even mastering something involving the emotional experience. If I'm seeing two people right here, I'm seeing a feminine and a masculine energy coming together. That feminine and masculine has absolutely nothing to do with gender. We're describing the energy. It looks like there's something that you're working on together with another person. Let's describe the two archetypes that we see. With the feminine figure, I see somebody that would be perceived as being like generally confident, creative, independent. This is like classic feminine fire sign, okay? Somebody that would be willing to speak their mind, like somewhat flamboyant could be. They may like animals, they may like plants, nature, flowers, things like that, fashion, potentially. And with the masculine water energy, I'm seeing somebody that looks more reserved, more composed even. They may be somebody that's less reactive. The two of these energies may find one another, they may feel compatible with one another because of the water energy being more reserved and more balanced. They may be more of a rock emotionally for the fire energy, and the fire energy may kind of like inspire the water energy, give them ideas, stuff like that. Now I'm seeing there be a third person involved. So it's like this. The Queen of Wands and the King of Cups are working on some sort of potentially their relationship together with one another and seeing where things go. In the meantime, I'm seeing something happening where not everybody may be aware of what this is. I'm seeing something connected with like somebody messaging another person, somebody communicating with another person, and I'm seeing like another person be on the receiving end of this. So this may also be something that's being worked on too. Like this could have come to light and it could be something that you're trying to work on with this person. I'm hearing a lesson that you're manifesting with them. So it's like this: if somebody's shown you their true colors and you're still playing the game with them, this may be kind of setting things up to go through basically a karmic test with this person. Because I'm seeing it be very obvious. It's like somebody's not being straightforward about the messages that they're sending to whoever the Queen of Pentacles is within this scenario. I'm seeing it be a feminine figure. There's some sort of weird intention here I'm seeing with the Seven of Swords, because if this were just somebody sending a message and there were an additional person and there were no like red flags, the Seven of Swords wouldn't be here. The Seven of Swords is here because somebody is like deliberately hiding what it is that they're doing, and so that's why it's here. It's indicating that this is connected with the shadow. Because the Seven of Swords speaks about somebody feeling ashamed of something that they're doing and trying to cover it up because they don't want other people to see it. Because they want to keep it in the dark. But now this is being brought to light as it's meant to be. So, for those of you that this has already happened, you may be in a space where you've been through this cycle enough times and you're going to walk away from this person and do so from a grounded space even. What's interesting to me is that whoever the person is that's walking away, this surprises the other person. It's even something that it's like, oh, I thought that we were working together. I thought that we were working on things here. The way that I'm seeing this is being like the person that was doing something and they were trying to cover it up. I'm seeing them be the one that's like surprised that this other person that they haven't been being honest with is like deciding to move on, and I'm seeing it be the feminine fire energy. Remember, we all have all of these energies within our charts. They're just archetypes. All of us have all of the different archetypes in our chart. So if I'm talking about somebody embodying the energy of the Queen of Wands, even though you may not be like a fire sun sign, there could be some sort of fire prominence, or it's like in relation to this person you come off as a fire sign, or you're just embodying the archetypal traits of the feminine fire sign, and so that's why you're being called the Queen of Wands. So that's why you're coming out within that energy within this spread. So yeah, so I'm seeing it be the Queen of Wands being in a space where they're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I see what's going on here, and I see how you weren't being honest with me. I'm saying this to the King of Cups, and I'm seeing the King of Cups be probably not giving much of a reaction, but I'm seeing them be in a space where it's like they're very surprised because they were working on things with you, even if they were doing extracurricular activities, and I'm seeing this kind of like blow out of the water the collaboration, the working together that you were doing with this person. And I'm seeing them definitely be shocked about you moving on from this. I'm hearing because now they're feeling it. Whatever it was, for some of you too, if you weren't working on the relationship with this person, there could have been something else that you were working on with them that you were even helping them with, and now they're like, how am I going to do that by myself, is what I'm seeing. This is interesting. This is so different than the normal flavor of readings that we do. But I'm seeing it's like this thing needed to come to an end anyway because it was stressful to maintain whatever it was that was going on between you and this person. And so the change is needed, especially because it's like I'm hearing the word played with the Seven of Swords. It's like if you feel like this person was playing you, I'm seeing you be in a spot where you're like, I'm not going to let that continue happening anymore. Why am I going to stick around and just like feel like even my self-worth is affected by this relationship, by what this is that's happening. I'm seeing Scorpio and Virgo next to each other. The Virgo energy looks like it's associated with the Queen of Pentacles, which is the one that looks like they're on the receiving end of somebody's messages. So I'm seeing you looking within and be like, am I ready to make this change, or is this something that I want to stick around for? Because it even seems like everything is out in the open now. In some way, you know about what's going on and what's happening. And so it's just a choice. Like, do I want to stick around within this, like, even though things didn't go as I had expected them to? Or am I ready to embrace a change? And I'm seeing you be in a space where there's a lot of reflecting going on, and a lot of you reflecting on, like, the changes that you're embracing, like the developments, like where you're meant to be growing, and even like what's coming to fruition. Because I'm seeing it be happening in a way where this isn't going to be something that happens overnight. This is something that's going to take time. And the more that you reflect and the more that you sit with this energy, the more that you are like giving space for things to transition in the way that they're meant to. Because it allows you to see the truth of where you're being guided. And that's going to feel like a snug fit when you get on that path. Not that you're not on it already, but it seems like this is a point where it's like something needs to be done in order for you to like maintain, to stay on the right path for you, the path that is going to be most beneficial for you. A choice needs to be made here. Like, we can keep going straight and keep doing this, which it feels like it's now come time to swerve in a different direction. It's like, even though you didn't see, potentially, even though you didn't see this curve coming along the path, it doesn't mean that it's not part of what you're meant to be following. Because now you're here at the curve. So are you going to lean into it, or are you going to try to keep going straight? And it seems like that's what you're mulling over most of all. Yep. Mulling it over, taking time, figuring out what is the right thing for me to do within this situation. What is the, like, what's the best way to even, like, course correct here? For some of you, there can be legal involvements in this as well. It doesn't have to be, but with the Justice card, definitely can be an element. Could have been working on something legally with this person. I'm hearing what you want wants you. I'm seeing there be a decision that needs to be made about, like, you doing what you feel like is right and you moving towards what you want, but you may feel in a way like there is something that you want that for some reason you're, like, limited, or you don't have full access to that. You're somehow being limited. I'm seeing this be more self-imposed than anything, being limited from getting something that you want. And it even seems like it's connected with your feelings towards this person. We're gonna get further and see, though. Your intuition is going to lead you to a space where you feel like where you feel like you're finding solid footing, where maybe you hadn't been feeling that before. Yeah, maybe there is, like, even a question of finances. So this is nothing new. There's a sense of being like, my intuition has been right all along about this person. I'm seeing the Knight of Wands. This looks like a very clear picture being painted that, like, somebody was not faithful within a relationship. Let's go over the signs. I'm looking at Jupiter, Mars, and Libra, and I'm also looking at Scorpio and Virgo. So I'm seeing this be a situation where something went down between you and your person, and I'm seeing you guys be in a space where you were trying to work through things anyway, like even karmically being like, maybe we can stick this out, like, let's see where things go. And it seems like you've been working with this person for quite some time with the Eight of Pentacles. At least that was the perception, that, like, both people were committed and both people were serious. However, on the other side of this, I'm seeing, like, karmically, something that may not have been exposed, may not have been talked about, something that someone was deliberately trying to conceal, and I'm seeing something about them sending messages to another person. Then I'm seeing, like, I'm seeing that this is connected with, remember, energies can be reversed too. I'm seeing it be the King of Cups that was sending messages to another person. This could have been of any, like, of a romantic nature, an intimate nature, things like that with that person. That's not to say anything physically happened. There's more connected with like the communication and the nature of the communication being intimate in some way with that person. This is what I'm seeing. So then the Queen of Wands finds out and they're like, I'm not sticking around for this anymore. I'm out. So I see them saying that they're going to be leaving, and it's like when the King of Cups catches this person, they're completely caught off guard by the way that this happens. They weren't expecting this at all. The Queen of Wands spent time trying to figure out, should I stay or should I go? And there's a sense of even being like, I've already considered this with this person, where I decided to stay and work on things and look in the direction that things have gone with this person. I think that I'm figuring out they don't have what I'm looking for. And I may have been like even projecting expectations onto this person when they're showing me who they really are within this situation, especially when it comes to them not being willing to be honest about what it is that they're doing. So it's like, if you are trying to connect in an intimate way with somebody that doesn't want to be seen, it's going to be very difficult to make that connection nearly impossible, because they're not connected with themselves because of still being in the shadow space and not wanting to bring certain things to light. And so, like, how do you connect with someone in the dark when you don't even know what it is that you're connecting with? And neither does that person either. So that's even risky, like spiritually, energetically for you, because you don't even know what you're contacting within them, you know, by connecting. And whatever else they're attached to as well. Because I'm seeing like there's at least like one other person that's been involved in this, and like, how well do you know that person too? And like, what are they doing, you know? Like, all of us are going to be affected, not just by the people that we're interacting with, but the things and the people that they interact with as well. So now comes the time to center and ground within a difficult situation to do that, especially because of like how much this plays on your feelings as well. And also your self-esteem. It can be if you internalize what this is that's going on. It is projected energy if you do, so that's something to keep in mind if you are like taking this personally rather than just seeing it as it is and understanding that this is just a reflection of the person that you've been dealing with. And it really has nothing to do with you in a way where it's personally because of you for any reason. It's all about them and where they are. So I'm seeing you be in a space where you feel like, in a way, this is unfair because of the time that you've spent working with this person, and maybe even what you've given up to be with them and to work on with them. And that the best thing for you to do, the best thing, even the most correct thing, meaning preferentially what you feel is best for you in a subjective way, because you know best for you, right? There's a desire for things to be balanced out in a way where they hadn't been feeling balanced. There's a sense of feeling like all justice in a way, or all fairness, was wiped off the table by what happened between you and this person. And so it seems like this is enough to get you to a point where you're like, karmically, has this been enough for you to finally walk away, for you to like realize and want to be honest with yourself about the character that you've been dealing with in this person? And are you ready for a change? Are you ready to listen to what your intuition is telling you? And when you reflect, when you think about this, is it something that resonates with you, so you can make a choice to clear out the cycle with this person, to recognize that your time is over with them, and that by finishing up with this, you move away from a space where you had felt you'd been being like cheated or taken advantage of, you know? And that's the thing too. We don't need to hold any like animosity or hate or whatever towards anybody that cheats us, because that's their karma, you know? And the people that are on the receiving end, like, that's our work to be doing. And we can still have compassion. So yeah, I'm just seeing there be a reflection for you, thinking about like your goals, thinking about your stability, what you need to do for yourself. For some of you, you're also thinking about what to do with, or like even how this affects children. I'm seeing like a child or children for some of you being involved too, and even feeling like the effect that this person has on you and also on your dynamic, on your relationship, is also something that affects the kids too. There's something about not wanting something to be like setting a bad example. I'm seeing something about not wanting that to rub off for some of you, for those of you that children are involved within this. So yeah, it even seems like you're getting back to your roots of like maybe what it was that you wanted before all of this was happening. So it's like reevaluating what it is that you want, goals that you have, thinking about like what will have you feeling safe and secure and all of that business. Yeah, I will say for sure I'm seeing indications of a third party involvement, but it can be a different thing for each of you. It's like, who can the Queen of Pentacles be when we're talking about a third party? It can be a sibling, it can be a mother, it can be a job, it can be whatever. It doesn't have to be a person. For some of you, it is a person. But it doesn't have to be that for everybody. So keep that in mind as well. The thing that is the focus is that, like, somebody was speaking in a way or communicating in a way or like sharing feelings or doing something that they felt was unacceptable, and so they were hiding it. And that's the point of what they were doing. It's like they were doing something and not wanting you to see what it was that they were doing. When it came to it, looks very much like interacting with another person, so, and doing it covertly, deliberately, covertly. All right, to go over the signs again, I'm looking at Jupiter, Mars, Libra, Scorpio, and Virgo. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.